Yo, 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 yo. Alright, that's better, dude. That's looking pretty good. I don't want to be peeking. Check, check, check. Alright, man. I think if I keep the mic right here, uh, we should be in good shape, brother. You know what I'm saying? So why am I starting a podcast? Well, I wanted to bring up some lyrics from the great American rock band, the Front Bottoms, some fellow New Jerseyites. I did grow up in New Jersey, even though I haven't been there much since age 18. Um, where's the lyrics, man? Uh, I want to contribute to the chaos. I don't want to watch and then complain because I am through with finding blame. That is a decision that I've made. Now, listen, dude, that beginning part about contributing to the chaos that the Front Bottoms talked about, dog, that is why I'm starting a podcast, bro. Because honestly, man, it's such a saturated space, bro, you know. But apparently, more people are getting the internet every day, so maybe it's not even as saturated as it's going to be one day. Um, but basically, dude, I saw a lot of voices out there on the interwebs, and I was like, why not add mine to the mix, man? You know? But anyway, dude, just got this little podcasting corner set up in the crib. My house is complete chaos right now. It looks like the inside of an ADD brain. It's like the outward manifestation of an ADD brain. Um, but I'm not being hard on myself about it because I know that, like, what I'm saying, for those of us that have suffered with executive dysfunction before, and I don't know if y'all in the audience have experienced that before, but like for me, it manifests as like this thing where I can like put together this complex philosophy on like life, but I struggle to do like the most simple thing, like put the glasses next to my bed into the sink. So anyway, my house is an utter explosion right now, but I've basically been telling myself, like, dude, let's not be a dick to ourselves in the inner dialogue. And just like after we hit the podcast, dude, just like pick away at it corner by corner, dude. You know what I'm saying? Self talk, dude, that's probably something we're going to talk about a lot on the pod. Something that I've been working on for years to get dialed in. Critical to life success and happiness. For as successful as I've gotten thus far. But why is my house chaos right now? Well, I currently own two houses, and I'm the third kid in my family. So as a result, I end up with a lot of the furniture that people don't necessarily want anymore, which has been great because I never really buy furniture. I don't really believe in spending money on furniture necessarily. I'd rather spend that elsewhere, travel, books, etc. But as I've gone down from two houses, I'm going down to one house. I'm selling my old house. I got all this extra stuff, man, and it's all over the place. So we'll work on it. I am working through a bit of a cold right now, so I might not be in my top tier form right now, but yeah, dude. So I just got back from a Latin America adventure, dude. I was first I had like several days in Panama, and then I went down to Ecuador. Mis amigos tienen un Airbnb. My friends from Topsail have a Airbnb down there. It's called El Lugar Ayampe. If you want to look that bad boy up on Airbnb, you should book it ASAP. But Ayampe is this cool little pueblo, dude. It's like little pueblito, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's fire, dude. But anyway, man, I was rushing to get my old house listed before I left for that trip, or at least get it into a position where I could turn the keys over to my realtor and have her kind of manage the selling of the crib. Um, so it was a whole grind, man. So, like, it's kind of funny because I bought my first house when I was like 22. It was only $99,000, and I bought it on my like $42,000 a year salary at the time, which was both a good and bad idea. But it was like a starter home in downtown Wilmington, over 100 years old. Thing was crazy, dude. It had like wood siding with a different kind of siding, and then vinyl siding on top of that. Like the foundational structures of the house were crumbling. It was a complete mess. But I sold it during the pandemic to some investors from California. They bought it sight unseen. They didn't even want to inspect it, which was good for me because I knew the house had problems. Not great for a first time home buyer like I was. Then I moved. I was living down in Miami at the time when I sold that house back in Wilmington, North Carolina. And I was down in Miami, bro. And like, Miami on some level, dude, like you got a lot of like wealthy people there, but then there's like a lot of young people on the come up with like, they maybe don't really own any assets, but they got some crazy car payment and they're paying crazy high rent. I was like, dude, Miami could be a trap for me, bro, if I start paying fancy rent prices and then don't have any real estate or whatever. So anyway, I bought this fixer upper that was much newer than my first house, back in Wilmington. And this thing was like way bigger than my old house. It was like 1,900 square feet, straight family house in a subdivision. And then last February, I ended up buying this other house while still owning the old one that's like down by the water, behind an island called Topsail, North Carolina. And it's pretty sick because I can like paddle a kayak out after work. So I say all that to say, dude, I went from like starter home to family home to retiree downsize home. You know what I'm saying? So like I went through the full cycle that like some cats might go through in like fucking, 30, 40 years. I feel like I had my family home and now I've got like my downsize retiree home, you know what I'm saying? So I'm selling the old crib and I'm sure we'll get into that, what I plan to do next and stuff. But anyway, man, like the Ecuador Panama trip was like a hard deadline to like, you know, pass the keys off to my realtor and get that project off my hands. Cause like every weekend lately, dude, I've been over there late night doing like DIY projects and stuff. But shout out to Swank Surf, my roommate in my new house. Great handyman, dude. Besides building surfboards, my dude's like a great carpenter. Like, he kills the game. So I want to thank my friend Swank Surf for helping me get this other crib over the finish line, dude. Couldn't have done it without you, brother. So I'm going to take a brief pause here and just make sure the audio is coming in crisp, because this is like my first time with this. So hold up. Yes, sir. We're in good shape. Anyway, dude, so like this wing chair is one of the free pieces of furniture I got from a family member. I like it, dude. I had a little bit too many chairs in the main room, but anyway, dude, I I'm gonna come right back. I'm gonna get a water since I'm kind of dealing with a cold, and we'll be right back. All right, we're ready to rock. Um, ooh. Anyway, dude. So I was gonna fly down to from Miami out to Panama. I found out so we were going to our friend's house, Airbnb in Ayampe, Ecuador. But I found out if I flew out of Miami, I could stop by Panama City for like several days and like pay the same in flights to go from like Miami to Panama City to the Guayaquil airport in Ecuador, and then, get Guayaquil back to the US. Oh, a little cold post nasal drip. So anyway, dude, I end up getting down to I was supposed to fly out of Charleston on a Spirit flight to get down to Fort Lauderdale, and I was gonna fly out of the Miami airport, but I ended up being at my crib till like 3 a.m. My other one I'm selling, like getting it ready. I was like, dude, no way I'm gonna get back tonight in time and drive all the way down to Charleston and like not sleep. Like, that's not gonna happen. So I get the Spirit flight credit for the way down, and I ended up buying like last minute like a $400 United flight that flew me from Wilmington, North Carolina to Newark, and then I was gonna go from Newark to Fort Lauderdale. It was like I never wanted to book one of those flights where you go backwards, but actually ended up being super relaxing, dude. Like, I usually like American Airlines is like my go-to in the US. That's where I've been like accruing points. But I kind of want to say, dude, that United might be the American goat of flights, dude. They were giving me these like chocolate quinoa snacks, which, dude, who'd have thought to put chocolate on quinoa, dude? Like, that is so freaking cool, man. I love that innovation. So anyway, dude, we're like, I'm just relaxing. I got a whole row to myself down there. And I end up getting to Miami at like 11 p.m. or something. So the idea behind leaving out of Miami, all the cheapest flights to Latin America leave out of Miami. I used to live in Miami. I was like, I'll go on a Miami side quest or whatever. But the thing is, dude, like, I got there at like 11 p.m. and I had like a morning flight the next morning. So I ended up staying at the Miami Airport La Quinta, dog, which is the same hotel that like the airline put me up in once when like my flight to El Salvador got canceled. But dude, it's a little bit rough, dude. The Miami Airport La Quinta. I come into the front desk or whatever, and like I see like two girls like dressed pretty salaciously. Is that the right term? And then like kind of like a chubby dude in like a button down black shirt and like black pants. And I was like, this is definitely probably like a prostitute situation, or they're about to film a porno. I don't know. So anyway, dude, I talked to the front desk dude. I'm like, yo, bro, I am starving, dude. I am right on the edge of being nearly hangry right now. Like, I'm not saying I'm hangry, but like I'm in that critical zone, dog, where like I gotta get some protein in me fast, bro, or your boy might be a little bit moody, dude. You know what I'm saying? Needless to say, dog, the chocolate quinoa snacks were delicious, but they weren't providing those calories that your boy needed after a few days of working hard on the crib. So anyway, dude, he's like, yeah, man, like call your DoorDash here to the front desk, man, put your room number in and we'll bring it to you. I was like, heck yeah, dude, the La Quinta's not bad. They might be filming a porno over there, but hey, bro, at least they got the emphasis on service, dog. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, dog, I'm like freaking, I order the DoorDash, and it's like 20 minutes. I'm like, let's roll, baby. You know what I'm saying? He said I don't even have to leave the crib. I'm popping on some Sons of Anarchy, dog. I'm getting ready to chillax, dude. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, dog, DoorDash comes up. There's no sign of anybody bringing that thing to my door. So I'm like, dude, I should have just went to the front desk, got it myself. Anyway, I go out to the front desk, bro, and I'm looking at the photo from the DoorDasher, bro. And she's got like this tiled background. And there's no white subway tile background at the Miami Airport La Quinta front desk, dog. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, dog, I'm taking a look at that. I see the DoorDash in front of it. I'm like, bro, it's definitely not here. I gotta find the hotel where my DoorDash is at, dog, because I'm hungry, dog. I told y'all I was right on the verge of hangry, bro. So I needed to go on that strike, super sleuthing mission to go match the backdrop up with where my DoorDash was. So the thing about the Miami airport, there's like 4 hotels right there, dude, and like I'm going between them. I'm like, have you seen this DoorDash, bro? And like homegirl's like, that's not here, but it's definitely the Ramada next door. I go to the Ramada. He's like, that's not here, dog. It's probably somewhere else. So I visited like every hotel, and I was like, okay, this isn't happening, dude. So I just run it back, bro. Like, I didn't want to spend double on DoorDash, bro. I did, like, appeal the claim or whatever. They didn't credit me money. They gave me a future credit. I was a little bit bitter about that. But anyway, I order another DoorDash. It's, like, another, 20 minutes before that shows up. So I get, like, my food, like, an hour after I wanted it. But, hey, man, there's worse things in the world. I got gratitude, so I was munching, dude. Munching hard. Next morning, bro, I pop on the plane, head out to Panama, dude. Land in Panama City, dude. I stayed at the Riande, creo? I think that's right. The Riande Urban Hotel, man. I was looking them up. I found them on hotels.com. This wasn't really like a points purchase for me, so it was a good deal, man. I think it was like $60 a night or something like that. I double checked that, but I found out that the Riande Urban Hotel was like owned by like the OG family that like built it, and they own 2 locations. So like as much as like I try to use points sometimes, like sometimes it's cool to stay at like the cool like locally owned place. So like the lobby was sick, dude. It was a cool vibe. I didn't do too much in Panama because I was like working a couple days, trying to close some deals. But like, dude, I probably highlight of the trip, man, was I went to this old neighborhood, bro. I think it was called like Casco Viejo. Apparently, they built it in the 1600s after pirates destroyed the original Panama City. So I'm eating there, dude. I'm eating at this spot called Lo Que Hay. I think it's Lo Que Hay, dude. Bro, I found my new favorite restaurant in the world that day, dude. Like, I got some crazy, like, plantain thing, like, some banging empanadas, bro. They made your boy a mocktail since I don't drink. And, fire, dude. So good. After that, I kind of took in the sights a bit. And then I went to this cool coffee shop. Like, now that I don't drink, like, caffeine is, like, my last remaining vice. Well, I probably have some other vices, let's be real. But, like, I'm still drinking probably a little bit too much caffeine, but I got that little post dinner coffee, dude. And as y'all may or may not know, the coffee in Latin America like slaps. In general, it slaps. Maybe once you get down to like Chile or Argentina, they'll try to hit you with some like instant coffee bullshit. But like the area like north of the equator and probably like just south of the equator, bro, we don't know what we're missing in our Monsanto Starbucks bullshit here, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Juan Valdez. Juan Valdez, if y'all want to come to North Carolina, I will put you on, dude. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I would take a Juan Valdez sponsorship on the pod, too. But anyway, dude, the coffee slapped. Picked some up for my host, Christina and Logan, down in Ecuador. Packed it away. And then, like, my last day, I went on this, like, run on this, like, really cool, like, I don't know, like, causeway. I think they call it, like, a causeway. And I was stoked, dude, on Panama's parks infrastructure, dude. Like, sick running path with the divided bike lane going both ways. I was like, man, I don't know if it's like because of the canal or whatever and like the size of the economy there for the amount of people, but Panama's got like one of the top infrastructures in Latin America. I've been to like most of Latin America. So anyway, dude, it was just like it was sick, dude. It was like just a nice run. Posted on Strava. I'm supposed to technically be marathon training right now, but the marathon I was going to do is the same weekend of my friend Alex's wedding. So anyway, to be determined. I got to get back on it. But yeah, dude. So after that, next day, I popped down, fly from Panama City to Guayaquil, Ecuador, dude. You know what I'm saying? And Guayaquil is it's an interesting place, dude. It's like I believe I gotta look on the map here, like on the river mouth. I think it's like the second biggest city in Ecuador. And I met some like super cool people on the plane. This like couple from the US. Like she grew up in Ecuador or whatever, but they like insisted on driving me to the airport hotel, which was like super cute because it was like literally attached to the airport, but they had like their dad drive me. Super awesome couple. Hope to connect with them in the future. But she was like, dude, do not go out of the hotel. And her dad was like, go out. He can go out. Just be careful. So I decided to play it safe and like not go out of the hotel, not really explore. Because I think Guayaquil is like statistically one of the most dangerous cities in Latin America right now. But I'm sure there's like a ton of like super cool locals there, great places to eat. I would totally be open to exploring it if I had like a local connection to like take me around. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel about like a lot of like northern Latin American cities that maybe like don't have like a great reputation for safety. Like I'm not opposed to exploring them, but like I at least want to get a lay of the land. Like I don't want to just pop out there not knowing anything about Guayaquil, for example, and explore. But I guess there's like a narco territory war going on there, and Ecuador is like the youngest elected, democratically like elected president, Daniel Noboa. I think he's like 36, maybe. But I think he's like friends with like Nayib Bukele from El Salvador, and like he's talking to him right now about doing like a territory control plan, which like Bukele did to like take back control of El Salvador. Um, it seems like the international perspective on Nayib Bukele is like pretty negative, but like when I was in El Salvador, it seemed like most of the people were big fans of them because they have like a new lease on life in terms of like safety and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out in Ecuador. But anyway, my homie Swank Surf Emerson came that night. And then the next day, like our friends Christina and Logan came with their kids. we hopped in the van and drove out to Ayampe, dude. Like, it's like this little pueblito, dude, on the coast. It was fascinating, man. We were driving, like, you basically go out from Guayaquil. It's about like 4 hours, and drive up the Pacific coast. And like, we pulled by this one place. It was like this pier going way out to the ocean, and all these sick waterfront houses that had been abandoned. I guess like the Ecuadorian government had like eminent domain them or something, and that's how like they export like natural gas that I guess they send it up through the Panama Canal to Venezuela. So that was kind of wild. I never seen like a pier just going off the beach where there's like, wave action essentially, dude. So anyway, man, like that was kind of cool to see. Eventually we arrive in Ayampe, and dude, it was so sick, dude. I'll drink some water. Powering through even though I'm sick. But I was like, dude, I gotta start the podcast today. So anyway, dude, like my friends Christina and Logan El Lugar Ayampe, dude. It's like one row in from the like beach, like up this dirt road, and then across them is like protected wetlands, I guess, but like there's also randomly like donkeys like tied up in the wetland. I don't know. It was weird. But we get there right at sunset. Sick atardecer, dude. Like the sunset was wild. Um, then it was just so sick, dude. I think there's like 200 year-round residents in Ayampe, and like everybody kind of knows each other, so like it felt like pretty safe, felt like I could kind of like let my guard down within Ayampe a little bit, which like, me, dude, typically I'm not traveling with friends. I'm like solo, and like I don't know people that have connections to an area, so it's like a bit of like a cautious perspective, like, which in some respects, man, like doesn't serve me, because like maybe I have like a little bit of like a cognitive bias toward like something negative happening, but I also have been in unfamiliar environments in Latin America within the last 8 or so years since I started traveling, where I've gotten myself into like a sketchy situation. So like I like to at least get the lay of the land before I let my guard down, But it was so sick, dude. Yeah, Christina and Logan basically like built this place from the ground up, so it was just like so cool to see, their vision like get brought to life or whatever. Um, but anyway, dude, I think I'm gonna like fill y'all in on like more of the trip as this goes on. I think I might call it here tonight, because like honestly, bro, like I just feel like sick, dude. I got a cold. I stopped my dad's house on the way back to Wilmington area, and he had a cold. And I think like there's like 2 or 3 factors that impact if I'm gonna get sick. And if I could get these 3 factors in line, dude, like I could go a long period of time not getting sick. So like one is diet, bro. If like I stop eating 3 nutritious meals consistently and don't stay on top of my water drinking, I think that like messes up my immune system. Number 2 is like sleep. And like if I don't have that dialed in, mixed with like not eating enough, then like, I think the immune system gets weakened. But if I get those 2 pillars dialed in, dude, my germ exposure like doesn't normally impact me. But I think because I had those 2 out of whack, and then I was on like planes, trains, and automobiles, bro, you know what I'm saying? And at my dad's house when he was sick, like it just all kind of came and hit me like a brick. But Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna probably drop another one of these this week because I want to finish the story. Got lots of ideas for this content that I'm gonna create. Um, so I was thinking maybe like a once a week cadence, but maybe I'll hit like a double this week and like tell y'all about the rest of the trip. But yeah, man, I think I might be talking about books I'm reading, things I'm interested in. This is going to be whatever Zach's interested in pod. I want to eventually have some guests on too, but like, um, that's like a second tier priority for me. But hit the subscribe if you want to, bro. Let's go for a ride if you want to, bro. Much love and be well. Check, check, check.